And now the Lakers starting group. LeBron and Davis, the incredible forward pair. Green and Rondo in the backcourt. And it's Howard in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for Oklahoma City, Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Gilgeous-Alexander out there with Paul. And it's Dort in at the small forward. And the guys up front may determine, Brent, the outcome tonight. What elements make for a fantastic front court?
Well, nowadays it's about skilled front court players, guys who have the ability to not only shoot it, but also dribble handoff, make decisions with the basketball to help open up and spread up your offense for your guards and your quicker players to slash and find those gaps.
And it's sent back by Howard. And even after 2 offensive rebounds, they just can't get the lid off. Davis drives in. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Dort passes to Gallinari. And the rejection by James.
Wow, LeBron throwing that one away hard. There's a message behind that block. That's 0 for 4 now. Time to slow it down and maybe get the best possible shot the next time down.
From 13, it's hauled in by Adams.
The D giving him that shot, and that's probably not a good idea, but I guess they knew what they were doing that time.
Tipped away. It's stolen by Green.
Who got it? Yo, Rashawn.
And that one falls, coming off of Davis's feed.
Now, Davis is really suited for their offense as a great running big. Does not have to do it all by himself, and using his teammates there.
Here's Dort. Gallinari on the wing. Fades back. The Thunder with another miss.
Yeah, trying to get going here, but that's an offer for the first 5 here to start the game.
Rondo kicks to LeBron. Can't hit from 12. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 0 of 5 here to start the game. Rough start for them. Rondo with the steal. Fast break, the Lakers. Rondo's running, and it's slammed in by Howard.
Now, orchestrating right now, Rondo should be playing with a baton.
Now Paul. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
And out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession. And so here is Oklahoma City, trailing by 2. If there is any concern for Anthony Davis, it's that early in his career, he has dealt with a lot of injuries. But, Brent, he does play a high-impact style.
You think so, Kevin? He's one of the top 5 players in the league, and at his position is absolutely exemplary. Think about it. 7 seasons in New Orleans with the Pelicans and 13 playoff games to show for it. A change of scenery, an opportunity in Los Angeles to play with LeBron James. It's going to be interesting to see where it is his career goes from with this move.
And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession.
Lakers ball.
Here's James. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
What's up?
Did you see LeBron just shrug off that contact there? It's like nothing even hit him.
Los Angeles shooting their first free throw this game.
And looking at last season's numbers, down below 70% as a team from the line.
Free throw good, James. And for the Thunder, a lot of the assistant coaches leaving this past summer. Greg, how much of a concern is that for head coach Billy Donovan?
Possibly a sign that Donovan could be on the hot seat in OKC. I mean, 3 consecutive first-round exits. Donovan on the final year of his deal. The clock is definitely ticking.
Here's James. Gallinari making his last shot. And it's Green missing. And so it's Gallinari with it. He'll bring it up for the Thunder. It's a 3-point game. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Well, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander was one of the main parts of what the Clippers were able to do last year. A lot of people excited about his potential, and now here in Oklahoma City, one of the rising stars in the NBA.
And with Gilgeous-Alexander, he did more and more as last season wore on.
Well, interesting part of this trade is I think Sam Presti thinking about the potential of Gilgeous-Alexander and what he can do in Oklahoma City. Had a very, very good season for Doc Rivers as a rookie.
And the rejection by Noel. James finds Howard. 6 on the shot clock. Some solid defense from Gallinari.
Well, if he's going to keep shooting, they've got to run some plays for him. Screens, pick and rolls, anything they can do to get him started.
You can't miss those, but even the best do on occasion.
Like how Dwight Howard drives the ball on the inside there, knowing that only a handful of players in the league can put up any sort of fight to slow him down.
Thunder trailing by 3. Paul left side. Noel trying to break loose. The shot goes in. First of the night. He's 1 for 3 to start the game.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Lakers working the ball around now. Puts it up from 7. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Well, we keep talking a lot about Anthony Davis and the fact that when he was a young player, he played the point guard position, and then all of a sudden grew like 60 inches to play center position. You see that skill set show up now and again, but really what you're seeing now about AD is his maturity in the game, finding spots on the floor where he can absolutely be dominant and control any kind of offensive possession from wherever he is on the floor.
And at Kentucky, Davis mostly an interior player, but he maintained, Brent, all along, he was capable of more than he showed in college.
There's no question about his skill set, and in the NBA, the opportunity, along with the transition of the NBA game, and especially the center position, he seems to be coming along at the appropriate time to show all of his wares off, Kevin.
There's Gallinari with the 3. They grab their own miss. Ferguson kicks to Gilgeous-Alexander. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. That's on Dwight Howard.
Such a long and versatile guard that possesses a very intriguing and exciting skill set. Gilgeous-Alexander, lots of room to grow.
The Thunder have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line. First one falls for him.
Well, a look at that 2018 Clippers draft pick and Gilgeous-Alexander. His incredible size at the point guard spot makes him one of the more intriguing players from that class.
The Lakers in the lead. James with it. He's picked up by Paul. And the whistle blows as the basket counts, and a 3-point play chance right here. 1 free throw coming up. For Los Angeles, they have made 3 free throws so far. Haven't missed any. And that one misses.
Interesting to watch LeBron James at the line through the years. Has tried many different free throw strokes. Not a bad free throw shooter by any means, but always tinkering.
And here now the Thunder. Dwight Howard missing his last shot. Gallinari up top. He's guarded by Howard. And it's Gallinari missing.
He's lost it in this quarter, no doubt about it. Nothing seems to be going for him.
Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock, and Davis sends it back.
Just a wonderful effort from Davis on the defensive end with that rejection.
Power dishes to Rondo. Drops it in off the fadeaway. There's 10 seconds left in the first quarter. Gilgeous-Alexander surveying the D. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. And that does it for the first quarter. Lakers ahead, leading by 5. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment. There's a great friendship between Melo, LeBron, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Paul. And Chris talked about where all that started.
It's just been a sort of long relationship, you know, and obviously me, Bron, Melo.
And you see that a lot nowadays. Star players developing friendships and GAs spending time with each other off the floor.
Yeah, some people hate it because they want that bad blood you used to see, but no reason you have to hate someone to really compete against them.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Well, their effort on the defensive end has set the tone for this game.
Yeah, defense has been infectious here as everybody stepping up aggressively on that end.
So on the floor for the Lakers to start this second quarter, they've got Kyle Kuzma. Rajon Rondo is out there with Smith. And there's JaVale McGee. And it's Davis in at the power forward. And it's Schroeder missing. Lakers leading by 7. High post, Davis. Lays it up off the glass. Brent, certain players make everyone around them better. Talk about some of those guys who will do that at the very highest level.
The interesting thing about today's game, Kevin, is it's not always the point guard position. I think in the past we thought two ways. The point guard, who has the ball in his hands, finding guys for them to make shots. And then through the 80s and 90s, it was low post players who were getting double teams and initiating some offense.
Yes.
Nowadays, it's a lot of wing guys. And it's guys like Kawhi Leonard, it's guys like LeBron James, Kevin Durant. Throw Draymond Green in there with his ability to pass the ball. Jokic in there with his ability to pass the ball. It's all happening around the three-point line and getting into the gaps. So they look a little bit different, the initiators, in today's game.
Here's Noel following the basket by Anthony Davis. The shot, no good. Smith drives in, and it's slammed in by Smith.
JR going to the rim, showing that he's still got a burst of speed.
And so it's Schroeder with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Thunder. No points yet here in the second quarter for them. Timeout is called. First of the game for the Thunder.
And they're allowing too many points in the paint. Coach is going to let them hear about it.
Yeah, coach knows that. They know that. In the timeout, they're going to hear about it, make the adjustment.
Noel passes to Ferguson. Now, Gilgeous-Alexander. And Davis sends it back. Rondo against Schroeder. He gets it in there. And the Lakers lead by 15.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And Davis sends it back.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Rondo finds Davis. Back to Rondo. And here's McGee. 5 on the clock. Here's Davis. Again, Los Angeles.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Here's Schroeder. Good work there as it goes.
And with that basket right there, it brings an end to that 12-0 run by the Lakers.
Los Angeles leading by 15. Rondo kicks to Smith. shoots over Gilgeous-Alexander. The Thunder pull it in, closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. And it's good off the back rim and in. And here is Los Angeles now. 17 points was their biggest margin. Rondo scanning the floor. That one drops for him. Rondo's got 4 this quarter.
It really turned it around here in the second quarter after shooting less than 40% from the field in the first.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander, and he can't bank that one in.
This feels like it's snowballed a little bit on them. The more he tries to shoot his way out of this slump, the worse it seems to get. They need him to get it together.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander, following the miss by Kyle Kuzma.
Coaches love Gilgeous-Alexander, and the way that he's working, he's refusing to give in against that kind of airtight defense.
He's had 4 chances at the line, made them all.
How about up over the 80% mark from the line last year? So he's happy and also consistent there with those numbers.
Looking at who's out there now for the Thunder. Steven Adams, he's checked in for Noel. Gallinari comes in for Mike Muscala. Diallo, he's checked in for Terrence Ferguson. And it's Paul in for Dennis Schroeder. Now here's James. 5 points in the game. And the pass to McGee. Back to James. On the wing, Green over Paul. And there's Green on the assist by LeBron. And the Lakers lead by 14.
Beautiful high release on that jump shot. Green had a guy draped all over him, but his mechanics came through.
Paul goes in. Excellent D that time there from McGee.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Green, the pass to Kuzma. 51 seconds left in the first half.
Well, shots like that drive coaches batty. I'll be shocked if he attempts that shot again.
It's good from long range. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 12.
More and more promise here as a jump shooter, as Gilgeous-Alexander has a solid three-point shot.
Here's LeBron. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. 3 trips to the line so far for him in this one.
You know, this is not an area where they expect him to contribute. You know, he's a guy that shot below 70% last season.
The first one falls.
And for Coach Billy Donovan of the Thunder, a lot on the line. In his last year of a 5-year contract with the team, the end result of this team will determine his future with the franchise.
Well, this team has never missed the playoffs under his watch, and the interesting thing with the massive trades that happened in the offseason, how much Billy Donovan gets the opportunity now to teach and coach this group of players.
Now here's LeBron. He has 6.
It's just not easy to contain or control LeBron James. A nightmare when trying to stop him, especially on the drive.
This will make 4 trips to the line so far in the game.
Taking 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. And he makes both free throws. Thunder trailing by 14. Paul, right side. From deep. The Lakers with the rebound. McGee dishes to Rondo. James outside. There's the triple. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
What a grand finale to the half. Great shot from distance to give his teammate the momentum right before the buzzer.
And so it's Los Angeles, out in front by 17 points at the end of the quarter. Their strategy has been clear tonight. Work the ball inside, get shots in the paint, and now they are scoring with ease. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks. New Orleans, you guys had a tough time stopping their offense in the first half. What do you have to do differently?
You know, we got to protect the paint. They getting way too many easy baskets. You know, that's us communication on front of the post and, you know, just communicating a lot more.
We'll see if those changes stick. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to each and every one of you watching at this very moment. I'm Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is here. Shaq is here. One half is behind us. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. A competitive matchup for the Lakers in the first quarter. At the end of one, they were able to end up with a 5-point lead. They just exploded in the second quarter, grabbing the momentum and running with it. Basket after basket, and they played stingy defense. Now they've got a halftime lead that's going to be very difficult to erase. And let's get your thoughts, Kenny, on the Lakers.
Well, how about that ball movement? That was a true definition of team basketball. All five guys moving, all guys rotating, everyone touching the ball, a bunch of assists, tons of easy baskets. It gives everyone on the floor confidence when you're playing like that.
And now, Shaq, let's get your opinion on Oklahoma City.
Well, first of all, as cold as they've been from the floor, I can't say I'm surprised by the score. You cannot shoot the ball that poorly and expect to be in the game, Ernie. They need better ball movement. If their offense stays this stagnant, they can forget about a comeback.
And that's going to do it for us here. The second half of action is coming your way.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. And it's Rondo with the ball for the Lakers. 17-point lead, their biggest. Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Gilgeous-Alexander out there with Paul. And it's Dort in at the 3 slot. That's the lineup out there for the Thunder. The shot by Paul, nobody around. His three-pointer's off the mark.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Howard's shot is good.
Hard for the defense to deal with the massive size of Howard. That kind of D does not affect a big guy like him in the slightest.
And looking back, an underrated part of the DeRozan-Kawhi trade, the Raptors also getting Danny Green. Green, one of the better 3-and-D wings in the league, way more than a throw-in.
And the 3-ball is good. Green's got 7 points in the game.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Gallinari down low. Davis is there. 2 points. That one goes. And you look at Danny Green's play at both ends. Hard to believe the Spurs gave him up.
I mean, over 40% from long range, locked down defensively. Not a lot of flash, but plenty of substance to his game.
Gilgeous-Alexander. Green with the block.
It's not talked about often enough, but Green averages more blocks per game than almost all other backcourt players.
And this is how you want to come out of the half. Prolific and efficient.
Well, the thing is they're controlling the pace right now, and if that was the mantra for them at halftime, they've carried it out.
Now here's Paul. Fires from 14. The shot's good.
Said it time and time again, Chris Paul in the mid-range is pretty much half the time going to be good.
Lakers leading by 18.
Get out, B! Get out, B!
Here's LeBron. He gets that one to drop. He's now 5 of 12.
I'm not sure what the coach said at halftime, but whatever it did, it's lit a fire. They're now 4 of 4 from the field to start their offense here in the second half.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. 14 points for him. And it's sent back by Howard.
Well, that's where he is just a force. Such a great internal clock in terms of his timing to go up and block those shots, Kevin.
A different look for Oklahoma City. Nerlens Noel comes in for Steven Adams, and Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Gilgeous-Alexander. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Paul with the bucket.
Well, second nature for Chris Paul to get shots up off the bounce. Love the form there.
And Davis with the basket on the assist by LeBron. And that's 10 points for Anthony Davis.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
Yeah, feels like Christmas right now, just gift wrapping points.
Now here's Schroeder, and Davis sends it back. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's going to be on Nerlens Noel.
Well, with a body like that, LeBron James can be as physical as he wants to be and just dare you into making contact.
Each year, so many coaching changes. Brent, do you feel they generally get too much blame when things go wrong?
I don't know if blame is the word, Kevin. That's just the easy out for a lot of organizations that want to make some changes. The main thing that's frustrating, I think, for the coaching fraternity is patience. You have to be realistic about the potential of your team and how much time it takes to grow what it is that coach's culture is all about. That's where teams sometimes lose out and give up on somebody a little bit early.
But these guys go into it eyes wide open.
Oh, there's no question about it. And really good coaches in the NBA know that it might not last all that long. So they're going to be who they are. That's who you want to hire. Hire a coach who knows exactly who he is, both coming in the door. Yeah, to look at the frame of AD when he came into the league as opposed to it is now, he's so much more tough and more physical and doesn't mind the contact.
Rondo against Paul. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. And James throws it down hard.
Never get tired of LeBron James in the air doing wonderful things.
Paul against Rondo. And here is Paul. 6 points for him. Count that one. Paul's got 6 in the quarter.
Could come down to selection. Bad shots in the first half. Here in the second, using his head, finding some more efficient opportunities to score.
And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. JaVale McGee's checked in for the Lakers. JaVale McGee. Thunder trailing by 21.
Get on CP.
Paul looking over the floor. To the middle. Here's Noel. And slam dunk by Noel.
Unselfish play of Chris Paul there. Has a knack for knowing when to get his guys when they're wide open.
James finds Davis. Over Muscala. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And the foul goes against Oklahoma City. The Lakers have shot 8 of 10 from the line. That's an even 80% free throw shooting here. That free throw, no good. Well, we're now on the back end of what has been, Greg, an incredible career for Chris Paul. Perhaps no longer the undisputed best point guard in the game, but still a top talent.
And Chris Paul might not be the best point guard, but any team would be happy to have him. His efficiency and playmaking aren't going away anytime soon. And even though he's never been an overly athletic player, that aspect of his game still is strong as ever.
Outside, Green.
Come to me, come to me.
That one goes in. Green's got 9.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Back to Paul. Schroeder outside. Back to Noel. Clock at 6. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. Shoots from the baseline and too long on the shot. Lakers leading by 22. Trying to get open is Davis. Nice shot by James. LeBron's got 10 points here in the second half.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
Green against Schroeder. Pass to Noel. Here's Ferguson. Out to the right wing. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. LeBron against Schroeder. James with it. It'll count. And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers finishing the quarter up by a whopping 24 points. From the field, they have been outstanding, amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. We come back right after this. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, a great job with the eyes. And what separates great playmakers, as we know, Greg, is peripheral vision.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. The Thunder shooting just 33%, struggling to get good looks. So for the Lakers right now, LeBron and Green make up the backcourt. Kyle Kuzma is out there with Davis, and it's McGee in at center. Goes up again, and Davis sends it back. And they'll keep possession. Now here's Diallo, guarded by Kuzma. They shoot again. Diallo, no good.
A lot of defenders choose to just back up off of him when he's in that tight, try to avoid the and one, and this time they're not backing off.
And they double up LeBron. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there.
You too.
And so here is Oklahoma City. Thunder have gotten off to a rough start in the fourth quarter, going 0 for 4 so far. Gilgeous-Alexander, 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Gilgeous-Alexander does a good job of just staying aggressive, and that just forces the defense to do something.
And the first one at the line is good. Good on both. And here is Los Angeles now. And we've played through about a minute here in the fourth. Here's Davis. It's good. Now he's shooting 6 for 7.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Now here's Paul.
Switch.
Over LeBron. The putback. It's good on the putback.
Well, Steven Adams always working the offensive glass, strong and aggressive in there, and gets that second chance hoop.
Here's James. Makes that one fall. It's his 8th bucket in 15 shot attempts.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over.
Yeah, his shot is just not there tonight, guys. And instead of trying to shoot himself out of the slump, maybe he needs to start moving the ball around and creating for his teammates.
So both teams changing it up here. Here's Adams. Oklahoma City moving it around.
Hey, watch him.
Here's Gallinari. Adams. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And that is one of Steven Adams' specialties. If you fail to put a body on him, he'll put you in the rim.
Unloads from 9. He can't get it to go. So the Thunder will take it the other way. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
And a hard finish there, guys.
Yeah, and only one hand needed for that one. Rondo against Paul. Gallinari with the steal. And it's JaVale McGee with the foul. That's his first foul. Thunder trailing by 20. And Adams kicks to Gilgeous-Alexander. Back to Adams.
Maybe there are ways to contribute that don't involve shooting the basketball. That's the best way that maybe he can help them out in trying to win this game.
That's what he gives you, a big-time presence on the glass.
And you know what, Greg? Once he gets his hands on it, he's not even thinking about kicking it out.
Oh, his competitiveness right now is why the teammates love him.
And you look at the way Steven Adams has developed his offense the last few years. It's been a huge boost for this team. He has always been a great defender, but now he is an important cog on this team in terms of scoring.
LeBron James on the wing. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Green's got 6 assists now in the game.
And he's got a lot to do with the position that they're in. A very smart offensive performance tonight from him.
Here's Adams, and he gets the bucket. Adams has got 9 points now in the quarter. And with Adams in his offense, you forget how young he is.
And big men, sometimes they just take a little longer to find their path in the NBA. And Adams has certainly found his. I remember him being in mostly to screen and rebound when he was a rookie, but look how far his game has come.
Ball passes to Dort. To the paint. Great pass to set up the lay-in.
Now, Gallinari at that size can do a little bit of everything, and I like to see him dishing the rock.
Pass to James. Now here's Davis over Gallinari. Second shot opportunity, and the layup good by McGee. And the Lakers lead by 21.
And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Yeah, you just can't afford to give up second chance opportunities again and again.
And now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Anthony Davis.
And he's just been crushing it from the field tonight, Kevin. Whether it's been on open looks or with the guy draped all over him, he just hadn't missed much. With his percentage in the sky-high range, they've had no choice but to make him their #1 option on every trip.
He silenced this crowd with an unreal display. His ability to drown out the noise and the hostility of an opposing crowd is pretty special. It's Schroeder with the drive. Lays it up and banks it in.
And even though Schroeder might be on the light end of things when it comes to his weight, he remains relentless driving towards the basket.
Here's Cook. And it's off the back rim, no good.
And I'm not sure that is a shot that he should be taking.
No, he should know better. He knows that's not his game, which is why we don't see him take that shot often.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Lakers.
A beautiful pass doesn't always get you on the highlight reels, but there were some spectacular dishes in this game.
You know what? It was a team that was in sync and just trusted one another to take the right shots.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Davis.
I just loved his defense. He took pride in swatting away a bunch of shots tonight and made his impact felt.
Good on the three-point shot.
Finishing strong. This is how you want to close things out.
Yeah, definitely putting a stamp on this one. A very, very decisive victory for the club tonight.
Schroeder looking over the floor. Count that one.
And you gotta love Schroeder, just never afraid about taking it all the way up to the hole.
Here is Cook. He's guarded by Schroeder. Tries from 16. Cook, good.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yeah, when you step into an opposing team's arena and you can play with this type of composure, boy, that food tastes good on the way out of town.
Look, it's always great to get into a rhythm, but do it when it matters.
Yeah, it's tough to mount a comeback like this and then fall oh so short. I'm sure that's weighing on them just a little bit.
Caldwell Pope outside. And so it's the Lakers taking care of business here. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Danny, a strong defensive effort both individually and team. Now, how comfortable are you at that end of the floor now, knowing that you can make things tough on the opposition?
Well, we want to make them take tough shots. We're not comfortable at any point defensively, but we got to continue to be active and be aggressive and get our hands on loose balls.
It's been the mark of the Spurs for a long time, Danny. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. So for David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, Brent Barry, and the whole 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us. We'll see you next time.